I recently put up a TikTok post with regard to saving Newington, and my video attracted over 25,000 views. Sadly, many of the comments that I received were negative comments, so what I plan to do over this 20 short video series is to address the key questions and issues and support them with facts rather than childish emotion, and to show that there is a place for single-sex educational institutions like Newington in Sydney, and that the co-ed decision needs to be immediately reversed to allow parents, students and families the right to choose a single-sex school for their boys, just like families have been doing at Newington for over 160 years. Today, what I would like to address is the statement that is heard in media over and over again, which is that the world is co-ed, so all schools should be co-ed. What I'd like you to do today is when you go to work, just have a look around your office and count how many men you see in the marketing or HR teams. Take some time to think of your friends and family and count how many families there are where there is both a father and a mother and the children living under the same roof. Next time you go to a social function like a dance, count how many men you see on the dance floor. Or when you go past or visit a co-ed school, just observe the group dynamics and see if the boys and girls are intermingling, or if the boys are simply hanging out with the boys and the girls hanging out with the girls. The reality is that we live in a broken and filthy world, and the last thing we want is for our children to do and to be like the world is, and for us not to think in an idealised, woke way. But study after study shows that girls, for example, in co-ed schools are victims of both conscious and unconscious gender stereotyping, bullying, sexual harassment, unwanted attention, unwanted touching, tend to be less confident than girls who are in a same-sex school environment, are more self-conscious about their body image, are less likely to speak up in class or participate in sport or other school activities, and are less likely to take STEM subjects and more likely to be talked over and to be in a class with more disruption. Girls in a co-ed school usually mirror the disadvantages that women have in a co-ed and the real world. When you look at the HSC results, the top 50 schools are mainly made up of single-sex boys and single-sex girls' schools, who then go on to make up many of the university placements and become future leaders in society. And there is an over-representation in this tiny number of single-sex schools compared to co-ed schools in Sydney. Whilst single-sex schools are not for everyone, they do fill an important space for people who understand and appreciate the value they bring, and hence we need to protect the choice for families who want single-sex for their children. Once again, I say that there are good schools in both single-sex and co-ed educational environments, and it is a choice that each family needs to make based on their dreams for their children and their financial circumstances. And the research shows that for most not all, but for most who attend single-sex schools, it is the best decision that they have ever made, and remember those years as the best years of their lives. Let's remember one thing, that whilst single-sex schools may not be perfect, they are a great option for children who are in their formative years and need to build confidence in a nurturing and focused environment that has much less gender stereotyping influences, to allow girls and boys to grow strong wings. And I will include all of the research findings that I have in the comments in this TikTok video.